Boom. All right. Welcome back. This is the part two of the two-part series with the new riff. We got the Winter Whiskey Edition, the Balboa Rye, and the single malt. I'm very excited to see what these are like. We think the first batch is pretty good, and Brady will give us a little insight on the winter whiskey.
So the first bottle we're going to try is the Winter Whiskey. It's bottled in Bond. It is the mash bill is 65% corn, 20% malted oats, 7% pale ale malt, 5% steel cut raw oats, and 3% chocolate malt. It's bottled in Bond, so it is 100 proof and 4 years old. It is modeled after a stout beer, so this will be interesting to try. This is something new for New Riff.
They came out with this in 2020, so you're not going to be able to find this anymore. It's truly a delicacy to be able to find it. Me and my wife came across it at the Blind Squirrel in Florence, Kentucky. They have a high variety of bourbons that you can try there. So if you're ever on the bourbon show, want to swing through there, highly recommend the Blind Squirrel in Florence. This by far, we're lucky enough to be able to try both of them today. These are my very two favorite new riffs that I've tried. The malted rye is definitely up there with both of those, but I'm definitely looking forward to the new special that's coming out in New Riff for the Christmas. This is gonna be like a grown-up version of hot cocoa. Like I was explaining to the fellas before we started the video. Like I really like after tonight, I really don't plan on drinking the winter one again until we fire up the fireplace with the wife. Like I'm definitely looking forward to it. Brady had the bottle on storage. I'm blessed enough to get it off of him and take it home to enjoy it at the home base. So with that, let's get into the hot cocoa delight. It's like I like to say.
Cheers. Smells really good.
I can taste it. It's got like a cigar taste.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a real
once it comes back, it touches your little nose right there.
Yeah.
Like after it comes back up.
That's really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's like a.
So like New Riff literally said during the time like they put it out, it was gonna be one of the most unique flavors that they ever put out, and it's it's not overwhelming chocolate or anything like that, but like after it settles and you start to enjoy it going down, it's that burn there, right? It's a little hot through the chest, but like the chocolate comes back up, and like that is literally the final note that you taste as it settles down, and you enjoy it as it goes down.
Yeah, I've never had a whiskey with oats in it, and that's really, really interesting. It's very chocolatey, but like Sheldon said, it's got a cigar taste to it. It's like a spicy hot cocoa followed by a cigar taste.
Yeah. So it tastes like one of your old Cubans that you got stashed away, waiting for a big event to pop off, whether it's celebrating a birth or birthday or promotion or whatever. But this is a really good selection.
I really hyped it up going into all this, and I told them guys prior to coming on, I was like, man, I hope I just wasn't so drunk that it was better than I remember it. But quite honestly, like it's still top 3 like new riffs in my own humbled opinion that I've tried. That Balboa ride that we're getting ready to go into next is definitely up there in my top. But this, I'm definitely just thankful that I get to take it home and try it again. Like I said, when this winter comes around,
it's got a peppery taste to it. That's why I said I got spicy, like a spicy hot cocoa. It's got a pepper.
Yeah.
Not a black pepper, but like a
habanero.
Yes.
Kinda
spicy.
Yeah, but I think it might be that tobacco. It definitely got some kind of tobacco leaf or something that gives it that real spicy kick.
It sits on the tongue very well. Like initially, like it goes back to what the yellow, right?
The blue clary.
The blue, yeah, with the buttery feel.
Yes.
It's not so much buttery
It's
on
a lot smoother.
that taste, but it's just like that oil-based flavor.
Yes.
Like as soon as it touched the tongue, but chocolate. Like I said, I just taste chocolate in it. It's definitely like not a crazy chocolate, but definitely like, damn man, I could drink that in front of a fireplace, and that's all the intention I have this winter. Is I'm definitely gonna finish off this bottle this year. It's definitely it's gonna be in front of the fireplace, guys. Like I'm definitely looking forward to it. Winter whiskey, and it's gonna be enjoyed.
All right.
So what's your thoughts as far as like we're getting ready to probably get into the Balboa. Any cool notes or topics that you've heard about the Balboa?
So I'll just read the back of the description here with the Balboa rye. The Balboa rye is a rare heirloom grain dated to the 40s and often used for the whiskey in those days. It's grown exclusively for distilling at New Riff by the Fogg family farm in Indiana, bestowing a unique flavor from a bygone age. It offers exquisite notes of red and blue fruit along with a piquant spice. The mash bill is 95% Balboa rye, 5% malted rye. It's definitely going to give you that warm hug that you anticipate. Definitely no denying that. But like I said, as far as ryes go, I'm not a huge rye guy, but as far as rye goes, this definitely turned me on to a rye. Speaking of Brady, it's not his favorite rye, but definitely a rye that he likes to sip on.
It's Team Rye on this side of the table. Team Rye.
So that is bottled in bond, so it is at least 4 years and 100 proof also.
Yes. And without further ado, let's get into it. Cheers.
It's got a warm, inviting smell to it, though.
Yes, for sure.
It's very like a flowery, fruity.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like
Has a very floral nose.
Yeah.
It's extremely viscous. I get like a caramel note, and then I get that floral note that you got on the nose, and then I get a little bit of dill on the end.
Yeah, it's the fruity is almost like a.
The floral overrides all mine on my palate, man.
Yeah.
I can't like it over.
Yes, the floral is very strong.
It's like running through a field of flowers.
Daisies, like a field of daisies. I can't figure out that fruity taste. Normally, I'm pretty good about the fruit flavor. It's almost like it's not even like a blueberry or a blackberry.
The fruit's very faint for me, very, very faint, and I don't really get it on the palate.
You get it on that first taste. You get that big whiff of the fruit, and then you get the burn.
Yeah.
And then it gets kind of settled.
Now that you say it, I taste it a little bit on the second sip. It's almost like a little bit of like a raspberry almost.
That's what I couldn't get.
So the Balboa definitely dries out the tongue. It definitely I'm definitely having like a dryness to the tongue. It sucks all that wetness out of your mouth for sure.
It's viscous though.
Yeah.
It's a dry finish.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not as buttery as
No, it'll give you that little tongue tingly feeling that most people enjoy, right? Definitely smooth though for a rye that is at over 100, like right at 100 proof. Like definitely enjoyable. Definitely something that you can sip on and not have no issues with. Like I said, I'm not a rye guy, but this Balboa put me on. Like if I'm gonna try a rye, I've tried several different ryes. I'm almost crazy enough to say for the price point and for the availability of the Balboa rye being in Northern Kentucky, like I prefer it over the E.H. Taylor straight rye. Like call me crazy, call me a couple drinks in, whatever you want to do. But at the price point and the availability, if I'm a rye guy,
yeah.
You know, I'm not speaking for the two guys over here, but I am speaking for myself. Like as far like I've seen the straight rye for E.H. Taylor all the way up to $300 in Northern Kentucky.
That's
and,
what,
you
$50
know, and you're coming in $50, $60 depending on where you go. You know, like right here and 100 proof. Like it's enjoyable, it's smooth, it's very floral, but like you can't beat it. Like, and you're not gonna have to beat the guy up next to you to get it. You know.
It's a very good beginner rye because it doesn't like punch you in the mouth with the spiciness.
So that's maybe be why it's put me onto it because like I said, I don't really enjoy the spice as much as them other guys do, but you know, this is I couldn't have said it better. Beginner's rye, I approve.
Yeah, but with rye, you know, you always can anticipate a more sweeter, kind of flavorful. Yeah, you still get a little bit of burn, but it's more of a sipper. You know what I'm saying? No ice.
Yeah.
Nice fall weather, and like I say, probably pairs really good with a good cigar out by the fireplace. I'm sure Chris is gonna have me bring it over because I'm definitely coming over for some of that winter whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, first snow, we cracking the bottle. Like it's no doubt in my mind. I would love that one Sunday we can link up for football, whatever y'all want to do. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait to get back into the winter, boy.
And I normally like rye with a big spice, baking spice or rye spice punch. But I think what I like about the Balboa is in the summertime, it's a low proof and it doesn't hit you with that spiciness. It's very easy to drink, especially in the summertime, but year round. And like Chris said earlier, I mean, it's $50. It kind of reminds me of a Pikesville also that's around that same price, but that's starting to get allocated now and is a Kentucky only release. So it's definitely something to look out for.
All right. Well, we've ventured through most of the new riff. Right now we're on the Balboa. Up next is the malted. What's that?
So this is a sour mash single malt. This is a brand new release. This is Brady's bottle. He hooked us up today, so I'm definitely thankful for the opportunity to get a taste of it. So it was released fall of 2023. It's a cash strength without the chill filtration, of course, because any new riff lover knows that it's without the chill filtration. 5 unique malt whiskeys encompassing 11 different malted barley varieties and a multitude of cask types. So who can't get excited and intrigued on the opportunity to just venture down to whatever the hell that means, you know? So what's cool about this is Brady schooled me earlier prior to the video is that this is the oldest age bourbon that has been released by New Riff. I'm gonna pass it off to Brady and let him read the back of the bottle for you guys because it is his bottle. We are drinking because of his friendliness. So here you go.
On the back it says, our sour mash single malt is a provocative new riff on the hallowed traditions of malted barley, comprised of up to 6 different mash bills and slowly matured in a multiplicity of cask types. This unprecedented whiskey welds old world inspiration to Kentucky sour mash technique. Distilled in our column beer still and doubler, it weaves a wealth of malty flavors into oaken age, a bold new concept in the time-honored Kentucky whiskey regimen. It is aged at least 7 years. It is 113.8 proof. And I have had a sip of this before coming over here to Sheldon's today. I know that out of the 6 different mash bills that were blended, one of them is peated and the other 5 are not. It's supposed to be different types of malted barley some are similar to a single malt scotch, some are closer to a beer. It's supposed to be a blend of all the 6 different kinds to give you something in the middle. It's supposed to be more of an introduction to scotch for a bourbon drinker.
All right, so I've had it yesterday and surprisingly, like mainly scotch I've had is a Macallan and a Johnny Walker. Black label has been my favorite. I've had the blue label and the red label, but scotch is a very unique taste, and not a lot of people have a palate for scotch. But this is nowhere near. It's not as scotchy, if that's even a
Like
word.
it's burning my nose hair, guys. I don't know what these guys on over here. It's burning my nose hairs as I
like I
smell
said, that's a small cube to kind of settle it a little bit, and like I said, it was very very flavorful. Tastes real good, and not a lot of bite to it, but it's something you can definitely enjoy. But without further ado,
look,
we can
earlier-
get into it.
I did take I took a tour at New Riff earlier this year around Derby time. I had a dear friend of mine, childhood friend, come in for the Derby, and first tour he ever took. And New Riff did promise during that time period, you know, that there was better things ahead for New Riff. And you know, New Riff's whole thing is a new riff on an old tradition, you know, and it's really unique as far as like, you know,
Trying things that haven't been done before.
Trying things that haven't been done before. Like they have a new swag on an old tradition, and it's really unique in their bottles, and they're not afraid to try new things, and we've really enjoyed a lot of different varieties. I'm not a Scotch drinker by no sense, and I really don't know what to anticipate from this pour here, but I'm definitely here to let y'all know it's burning on the nose.
I'm telling you, it's
Try,
really
fellas.
good. Cheers. You smell it like almost like a little bit of caramel.
Wow. So I have to say, I got this, I think 2 weeks ago from the distillery, and I cracked it open.
It's got like a strong apple taste.
Yes, it does. Cracked it open, tried it with my father a couple weeks ago, and it was way too peated for me. I don't like Scotch at all. Had a really heavy peat to it. Smelling this, I agree with you, Sheldon. Really strong caramel smell. Taste it, you get a little bit of smoke, and then you get a ton of that caramel apple taste, and then the peat is just really subtle at the end. Tasting it now, it is 5 times better than when I tried it 2 weeks ago. I'm so glad I tried it again after it opened up, because
Well, it's good. It got to sit out a little bit.
So you did open this bottle prior
yes,
to the night. I got you.
and it was really heavy on that smoke.
So at that point though, had you had a drink prior to tasting it at that point?
It was
or
my first
that
drink of the day.
So in my opinion, that like I'm not no bourbon connoisseur. I'm not nothing like that, but I do enjoy, you know, the talking points of bourbon, and I enjoy these type of situations to where, you know, just a couple of people can meet up after work and enjoy just some thoughts and just conversation in itself. I'm also one of those people though, like if I open it up and it's my first drink of the day, I'm just like, it's okay, right? And that was the fear with the winter whiskey here, you know. Like I told them guys, that particular night I was drunk as hell and having a good time with the wife, and it really was phenomenal. Like I hyped it up and everything prior to coming into the day.
Yeah,
and you know, we're a few drinks in now, and I really didn't know what to anticipate from the Sour Mass single malt. And tongue feel, there's nothing there. The smell itself is more enticing and really more loud as opposed to what the tongue feels. Going down, great. I really enjoyed the pour, and I definitely think, like, for it to be a 7-year release from New Riff, them guys are truly on you know, the Bourbon Mountain of being one of the top tier, you distillers of bourbon, and like in our particular situation, you see you see the hoodie. I don't necessarily agree with this hoodie here. I'm from Virginia. I'm an ACC guy, so you know all these SEC guys want to talk is about the the UMBC dogs. Fuck them.
So,
But I mean, we really have a good time, and we're really, you know, blessed that we're only 20 minutes down the road from New Riff, and that those guys are coming onto the scene, and they're really going to be, you know, up there, you know, with the Buffalo Trace, in my opinion. Like, they're really coming onto the scene hard, and they're pushing hard, and like, you know, for all you fangirls out there with the Buffalo Trace products, like, literally, like, if you get an opportunity to get your hands on some New Riff, get it on it. Like,
if you want
take
something,
advantage.
if you want something different, New Riff is the place.
And another one, I think we probably came across a couple of it. That bottom shelf back here behind me, I've been following them very closely. That is the Boone County Distillery, and it's probably maybe 10 minutes from here. Dave came out with a wide variety, wide selection. Everything I can say has been pretty good about Boone County. I wish back in the day I had gotten my hands on the 1833, the 10-year, the 12-year. It was all over the place. Didn't get my hands on it. I wish I did now. I've had both of them back in the day, and they are pretty good. But
if anybody's out there watching that is has any kind of affiliation with Boone County, Steph Curry, maybe you see this, I don't fucking know. But either way, if y'all want to float over a little gentleman's cut,
the gentleman's cut,
Steph Curry, if
Steph
you want to
Curry.
sign a bottle, whatever you
Come on.
want to do, you know, like, we would love to give the opportunity to shout out Boone County. Me, Sheldon, and I both. Not so much Brady. We haven't done much bourbon hunting with Brady, but you know, as you can see, that like the friendship and the enjoyment of bourbon itself is coming full circle.
Yep.
And you know, like, one of the great things about Boone County and what's unique about Boone County Distillery is, like, take the opportunity to walk into a charred barrel. They flew this guy up from overseas into Boone County, Kentucky. He engineered this design, and you know, they brought the product all the way from overseas in order to give you a unique experience and to tasting some great bourbon, honestly, from a smaller distiller.
Sure.
And you know, now you got Steph Curry jumping on board, and with the gentleman's cut. Granted, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not hearing too many great things out of the gentleman's cut, but Steph Curry's character and what he represents as an individual for the NBA is worth my $80, in my opinion. And if I get the opportunity to come across it, I'll definitely support him. It is a young age bourbon.
Low proof too.
Yeah, and it's low proof, so there is some things that come along with that. But I would love an autograph Steph Curry, and I would love an opportunity to throw it online for us, and really get into that. So if you see this, if it comes out to you, holla at your boy Sheldon over here.
That's
We got
the Bourbon
Brady here.
Jamaican.
The
The
Bourbon
Bourbon
Jamaican on
Jamaican KY.
YouTube. Like,
it out.
follow, subscribe, holla at us. You know, there's definitely more things coming, and there's more things involving. We definitely like the channel to grow to something that you know, is enjoyable for not just us, the bullshit and have a good time, but like enjoyable for you guys.
And we are sports guys too, so we'll probably eventually, it's football season, we'll be talking about football. Basketball's right around the corner. We'll definitely jump into that. Soccer, go FC Cincinnati. They actually won the Shield. Crazy record, man. Went from getting a wooden spoon 3 years in a row to being only losing 4 games this entire season. So we look forward to supporting them, and they're getting ready to they already clinched a playoff spot. So, you know, we look forward to seeing those guys go ahead and win the entire MLS. So shout out to FC Cincinnati. Shout out to Alvis Powell, Omar Cummins, you know, Reggae Boys off top. You know, Darren Maddox, a bunch of them went through there. And we need our MVP, man. Number 10, straight out of Argentina, Acosta. Go Acosta.
Look, like, follow, share, Anything that you can
Subscribe.
do, yeah, subscribe for sure. It's all free, guys. Like all you gotta do, like even if you don't watch every video, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and share it. Like that's the quickest way to really enjoy the Bourbon Jamaican.
Hit that notification bell and you'll know every time we're dropping a new video. Sheldon's always reviewing new good stuff.
Absolutely.
And all three of us really enjoy bourbon. We come across some really great things, and like all we can do is give you our